This story went viral, and I have no idea why, about this Tennessee cop, Megan Hall. She's now claiming she was sexually groomed and that she said no, and they wouldn't take no for an answer, or like one guy wouldn't or something like that. They colluded in their authority to systematically disarm her resistance and entrap her in degrading in abusive sexual relationships, exploiting her, felt trapped. So you want to talk about guys in the modern era. Mm-hmm. If a dude is with a girl and the girl comes up to him and puts her hands on his shoulder and leans in for a kiss and kisses him, he just assaulted her. And if she wants and she says it, they're in trouble. This is a story that went viral for months about a woman who was banging a bunch of cops and just was as loose can get. And now she's claiming she was victimized and they wouldn't let her, they wouldn't stop.
So what did she say? That it was one that, I mean, so she was fine with the other 7 and not...
Well, she's saying she was groomed. She was saying they groomed her.
And you're an adult. Are you getting groomed? Really?
No.
I don't know.
An adult police officer is now complaining about being groomed.
In all honesty.
You're supposed to be the law enforcement of the land, like turn those guys in. What the hell's...
You're a grown adult professional with professional equals.
Quote, I did say no, and he wouldn't take it for an answer. Okay, so is this...
That sounds like one.
Is this the story about this cop who was being abused, this female cop, and just didn't know what to do? Or is she a wild and crazy cop who is hooking up? See, do we know? I don't know, but I'll tell you this. If you've got a young guy, even if he asks, she can just say he didn't, and then he's going to jail. He's getting locked up. That's the story. It
is very scary, and like, you know, I have younger brothers. I have a son. It is scary for them dating now. And
Chappelle talked about this with he did that joke where he had the guy sign a consent, he pulled out a consent form. And then he was just like, well, hold on there. He climbs off the woman. He's like, let me just fill that out, initial here and sign here and just make sure everything's good. Because that's where things were going. And the funny thing is, that show was like early 2000s. And then it was the 2010s when we got Mattress Girl. Mm-hmm. This woman who begs a dude to hook up with her, reportedly, and he doesn't want to be with her. Finally, they hook up. Then he leaves and he's like, I don't want to be with you. She gets mad about it and then carries her mattress around claiming he raped her, even though the messages show that she was begging him. So when Ian asks, should a guy ask, can I kiss you? Yeah, your best bet is meet a girl at church and have a real relationship and get married and all that stuff. Otherwise, you go to jail or something.
But going to church to hook up.
I'm joking. No. Going to church to hook up.
We're not. No.
The confession booth. No one can see you.
If I worship loud enough, she'll notice me.
What I'm saying is meet a person in a real environment and have a real relationship.
It's tough to do. A lot of it's like, what do they call it? Happenstance. Like you walk by and you see her. Like that.
Not
kind
anymore,
of thing.
dude. Now we got that 5 hours of walking through New York as a woman. If you even say, howdy, ma'am, you're considered assault. You're assaulting. You're catcalling.
What about that whole Home Depot thing? They said to go to Home Depot. They said to go to Home Depot and find a guy in Home Depot because the guy can actually fix stuff.
Oh, so like that's a good place to meet a man.
Yeah. If a woman wants,
you just run into a married contractor.
Hey.
Oh, I like to go where your values are.
That's why we got wedding rings.
I went to theater school and I met other actresses, girls and that's how I got my first real serious girlfriend because I was pretty nerdy in high school.
So look, if you're a woman and you don't got to take advice from me, I'm some dude, and you want to meet a guy, go to Home Depot and then just make sure there's no ring on the hand. And then just, say, I'm trying to fix a door. Can you help me? Can I hire you?
Just act really
I just
helpless.
Need so many DIY projects.
Don't lie to your way into a relationship, but...
No, like if you're at Home Depot for a real reason, you got to have a problem fixed, you're going to find a better quality guy.
Oh, they're so happy to help too. Every time I don't know what to do, I'm like, I'm just going to ask them how to do it.
Can you reach that?
They're so happy to help there.
But not just that, like guys like solving problems and being helpful. If a woman goes to a guy and says, look, I got to fix a door and I need somebody who can help me do it, a guy might be like, that sounds great. I could totally help you with that. That'd be awesome. Yep. I'm here to help.
Do you think that dating apps should be deleted from people's phones or should they keep using them?
I think that and social media contributes to the problem of people always thinking there's something else out there. Well, I could do better. And that's just comparative in general with the lives that we're living. But it absolutely contributes to it.
I noticed that. I was in a relationship and I kept Tinder on my phone and I would still find myself looking at it from time to time.
Well, what if I need it? It's that whole... There might be something else.
And so this last relationship I'm in right now, I deleted all the apps right away. It was just I knew, like, getting into it. And there's you can always reinstall it. It's not like it's gone forever.
Let's make a fake dating app where it's like all of the people on it are bots and they say nice things to you.
There's like a conservative dating app now. I don't remember what it's called, but like
Christian
whatever
mingle?
would be the purpose of that. Right stuff.
It's something like that. But that just means you're going to find hyper political people who are just obsessed with politics, which is not what you want either.
There's Christian mingle, right? That's been around for a long time. There's
That's
J-Date.
Plenty of fish.
J-Date. I always, part of me wanted to get on J-Date. I'd be like, I'm going to find, I'm not even Jewish. It feels so dirty.
Farmers
just like join a Facebook group of people who are interested in something.
It was like a fantasy kind of thing.
Just like join a Facebook group. People are interested in things and then go to things, go to events.
People need to talk to their neighbors and find local community.
Oh, you meet people through people. That's a good way to do it. Yeah. That's a great way to do it.
That's how they used to.
Okay, so think about something you're interested in, and then go to events of those things and meet people. The problem is when it comes to a lot of hobbies or crafts and stuff, it's dudes, it's not women. Like,
true.
Ashley, you're right about arranged marriage. I just wanted to point that out. We need to bring that back. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That was clutch.
What's your favorite?
I mean, think about it. Think about like the stereotype of like the older woman who is always trying to like matchmake younger people. That doesn't exist anymore because she's bitter and single. She hates younger women. She doesn't want her to find love, right?
Okay.
That archetype of the matchmaking woman in a village, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, my mom's very matchmaking. Probably because she has a family and wants me to have a family.
The problem with arranged marriage is that it's anti-meritocratic, in that you might have a 3-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl, and then they're like, our kids are gonna get married when they're older, and then by 18, the male is like 100 pounds, soaking wet, frail.
They were rarely arranged at such a young age.
But it's not forced. Arranged marriage is not forced marriage.
Then how could it be arranged at all?
You're allowing the parents to judge the merits of the other person.
Yeah.
Because they're older and more wise.
So you're saying like when a woman is about to become an adult or whatever, the parents decide, we found this guy for you, get married to him? Like
the guy's parents are involved as well.
If it's not forced, it's not arranged.
The families are.
It's just like a mom suggesting a guy, like, honey, you should marry the guy across the street. He's dreaming. Like, no, I don't want to.
The families and working it out.
Love is about compromise anyway, I feel like the obsession with like marrying for love as well is very hyper individualistic.
Yeah, there's a lot of different type of love.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, if you're like, I love this sandwich so much, like, what kind of love?
I think love is also a choice and not a feeling in a lot of ways. I think too many people equate it with a feeling.
That's what I was saying. Like people, like I think our generation and younger are led to believe because of movies that, you walk into a bar and there's like a beautiful woman and there's like, oh, my heart be still, I'm in love. And it's just like, yeah. And then you find out she's like a white supremacist and like,
right.
And you're like, whoa, I don't want to be like, she's attractive, but I'm not going there. Like you
sounds like this has happened to you.
No, I just mean like you see a beautiful woman and it turns out she's just like messed up. There could be like a pretty lady and you're like, wow, she's beautiful. And then she's like, the people from the moon have stolen my cheese. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting out of here. Or, I don't know, maybe your guy was into that kind of crazy wild ride.
Maybe she was just eating candies with Ian for a moment.
I think
I'm down to go to the moon, bro.
You find someone that you have things in common with where you can have fun, you can get along, and you enjoy each other's company. And then over time, you build a relationship
together. Said it was a choice. Yeah. So like, how define that?
I mean, you choose to love people. I think even your family and people, they don't always act in ways that are...
Choose to will the good of another.
Yeah.
So the choice being like you're accepting the downsides of the person.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're not abusive or toxic.
All the crazy people just need to be with each other and then leave all the same people alone.
Yeah, there should be like a crazy people dating app.
Oh, you mean all of them?
For all the rejects.
Yeah. Tinder is one of the worst too.
What are your favorites? Like, what are your top 3 dating apps?
Use them.
I don't
never used them.
Yeah.
I had Tinder, Bumble, and OkCupid. Did you ever use any of those?
I was on OkCupid a long time ago.
I got it at first because I was building Minds, and I was like, we were going to add a Tinder thing into the thing. So me and Bill were like, hey, market research, let's get it. And it was so addictive. I'd spend hours just like swiping. I'm like, this is the most superficial stuff I've ever done in my life. I'm judging each individual human woman.
It's like a little game.
We don't even need it anymore. With all the data we've collected, an AI can just be like, boom, this is your match, you're done.
The AI
I'm not even kidding.
Arranged marriage.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even kidding.
Marriage.
Yes.
AI arranged marriage.
I guarantee you this. I would bet a large sum of money that if you took all the data from all the dating apps and then plugged in the data to like an AI, the AI could find your match instantly.
That's a Black Mirror episode.
And then you'd be like, because it knows where you're from. It knows how old you are. It knows how much you weigh. You could do like
Your
one of those.
browser history.
I mean, if you want to put that in,
Optionally.
but I'm saying,
it
look,
can't account for your personality.
yes, it can, because
Totally
OkCupid
good.
does that thing where it asks you all the questions.
It knows when you poop, so it can like be like, oh,
That's
they
right.
both poop around the same time of day.
Facebook could do it. Facebook, check it out.
That's what it was supposed to be.
Facebook would understand things about you in weird ways. Like, you don't need to tell Facebook you're a conservative. Facebook can see your post where you say MAGA 2024. You don't need to tell Facebook that you enjoy peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because you once posted an image of a blue circle. And it seems completely unrelated. But there will be weird things like that where statistically, people who like peanut butter and jelly for some reason are more likely to post blue circles than red squares. And we don't notice those things, but the AI will, because it's looking at hundreds of millions of internet interactions and then finding statistical correlations.
So they already do that. There's, if you buy turkey bacon, you're more likely to vote Democrat. And these political parties already use different data like that.
Right.
It's really scary,
Yep.
the amount of data. Have you
But-
ever looked
but-
at your Google
Turkey
profile?
bacon? Turkey bacon?
Yes.
Yeah, or if you drive a Subaru, you're more likely to vote Democrat or
But
be a
see,
lesbian, you know?
But that's obvious. That's like, oh, we get it. Somebody who likes turkey
Yeah.
bacon is more likely to be left leaning.
Yeah.
But what about something like you go to McDonald's at 7 a.m? Oh, you're more likely to get oil changes in the third of the month at 7 p.m. Like weird things that we can't
Yeah.
see, it will find those correlations and tell you. That means in dating apps, if it took your social media profile, all of your data, we could easily, at this point, make an AI that would be like, here's your perfect match.
I think we're getting
In
it.
terms of attractiveness, in terms of location, in terms of personality, the AI would break it all down and be like, based on the people you've messaged, based on the people she's messaged, based on what you like and don't like, the times you go to the bathroom and the food you eat, you should get married. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.